And this weekend will be a great weekend to be inside, especially in the air conditioning. So beautiful weekend to be staying inside watching that volleyball tournament, because we have a heat dome that's been pretty much in place across the western and southern U.S. for really much of the summer. It's going to be coming back to the area, going to be nudging our way over the weekend, bringing downright hot conditions eventually, especially as we head towards the end of the weekend. But tonight we're staying clear and we're staying calm and cool. Temperatures down to 59 degrees for a low tonight. As we stay quiet, we still are seeing a little bit of a breeze out of the south. That's what's going to help bring in these warmer temperatures. Even as soon as tomorrow, getting up to 86, we'll be getting into the 80s for the first time in a week, if you can imagine that, for mid-August. Heat indices just going to be reaching the 90-degree mark, as that humidity will be slower to edge in the area. So really, if there's going to be a day you're going to get the lawn work done, Saturday's going to be your day, because into Sunday, that heat really ramps up into the 90s, but humidity returning, that's going to bring our heat indices into the 100s as a heat wave starts to reach in. And especially with heat indices potentially reaching near 110 at times, that's why we have excessive heat watches in place for Carroll and Whiteside counties for the moment. Now, I do think as we head in towards the weekend, we'll be seeing heat alerts expanded for much of the area, as it does look like we will be seeing very hot conditions Sunday, potentially lingering into Monday, but especially as we head towards the middle of next week. And that's all due to this heat dome that will be making its way over to our area heading through the weekend. But then it kind of just sits here, as you can see here, still on Wednesday. Pretty much the center of this hazy, hot, and humid weather is going to be planted right over the Midwest, so keeping us right in the middle of a potentially dangerously hot heat wave into next week. So one thing to keep in mind, make sure you're checking the back seat, because cars, the temperature inside the cars, I should say, when we get temperatures 90 to 95, just in 10 minutes, we'll be getting to 110, 115 in a half an hour, 125 to 130 degrees. So dangerously hot conditions, and especially when you mix in the humidity, that's just going to make it worse. So make sure you're checking the back seat. Also make sure to keep the pets in mind, as we'll have pavement temperatures very hot really for a few days into next week, as we'll have highs in the 90s with heat indices in the triple digits really for a long stretch, as we see here in your extended forecast. 92 on Sunday, maybe cooling off just a little bit on Monday, but then into the rest of the week, seeing those 90s, middle 90s potentially, probably going to be the hottest temperatures we've seen all year on Wednesday and Thursday. Then the good news comes in your most accurate 10-day forecast, as we see potentially a little bit of a break holding firm as we head towards Friday, especially towards next weekend. But the entire 10-day forecast is looking pretty dry, with really little, if any, rain chances in sight. And your 4-degree guarantee today, going to be the coolest weather we'll see in a while. Temperatures just getting into the middle 70s, just getting on the dartboard, though, right on the edge of it, but that's all we need to do. Cash total up to $468. We'll be running for $500 next week.